Hi, this is John Milton Lawrence, founder of Product Demonstrators Workshop, and this is part 2 of our video training series, how to earn $100,000 or more as a product demonstrator or as seen on TV product demonstrator. In the first video series, I told you a little bit of background information on myself and how I happened to stumble upon this fantastic business opportunity. Well, today I am going to tell you just a little bit more to whet your appetite and to let you know. You know something? I want to have just a little heart-to-heart talk with you. If you look at the headlines out there today, you see employers are dropping and cutting jobs. Many people are on the unemployment line. Congress is fighting whether or not to extend the extended unemployment benefits. Who wants to keep going through that when you can honestly promote yourself to the ownership or presidency of your own company? Now, let me be a little bit exact. I told you how I came upon this opportunity demonstrating as seen on TV products. And I told you my background, how I worked with Chef Tony Notaro of infomercial fame. You had Ed McMahon and Billy Mays. And I sold Ginsu knives, Miracle Slicer, Miracle paint pads, and numerous as seen on TV products. And I did that. This was a business that I really didn't even know existed prior to coming upon this opportunity. Now, let me say this. A little bit of the old guard, a little bit of the way that we normally think as people is that we're going to get a job. They tell you, go to school, get an education. And by the way, speaking of education, they're not teaching the things in the education system that they should be teaching. They don't prepare us to go out into the world to be ready for the job market. They teach us the same old general knowledge. How is it going to benefit you to know when Columbus sailed the ocean blue? Was it 14 whatever something? How is that going to benefit you? It's not going to benefit you because an employer is never going to ask you that question. Or when George Washington, there was a story, and what I'm talking about here is what I offer is specialized advice versus general advice or general knowledge. Schools specialize in general knowledge instead of specialized. Now, I myself went to a technical and vocational high school, Thomas Edison Technical and Vocational High School. So they taught me a trade, and that trade was woodworking, carpentry. Even though I really never practiced it a day in my life, I still was preparing myself for a trade. Now, when I say general knowledge, let me tell you a story. If you've never read Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, there's a story in there where Mr. Ford was sued for libel, or he sued someone because a newspaper, I believe, slandered him. And they said, oh, Henry Ford is an ignorant man, and he's this and he's that. And so when it came to the trial, the attorney was all pompous, and he started asking such questions. In what year, Mr. Ford, was the Declaration signed? And Mr. Ford, Henry Ford, told him, I have no idea. And then he said, and when did George Washington cross the Delaware River? And Henry Ford again told him, I have no idea. And at this time, you could see Henry Ford was getting angry with this line of questioning. And he told him, and the whole premise was whether or not he was an educated man. And the whole premise, he got to the point where he said, if I should desire to answer any of your stupid questions, I have a board on my desk that contains 5 buttons. And at any time, I can push either one of those buttons and someone will come and answer pretty much any question that I ask. And I think at that point, the lawyer realized that Henry Ford was not an ignorant man, because education means educo, a Latin word, to induce or to bring out from within. And it showed that a smart man, an intelligent man, an educated man, if he doesn't have the answers, but he has smarter people working for him, he can get the answer to those questions. But it just goes, I use that story just to kind of show you how general knowledge in our education system doesn't even compare to specialized knowledge. And this is what it brings me back to when I say specialized knowledge, because they could call me a pitchman, in which we called ourselves back in the day, selling this product, pitchman, whatever. I prefer to say products demonstrator, because that's what I was. You know what I'm saying? I was demonstrating that product and explaining, and at the same time educating someone on how that product works. Now, most people hold on to the old way of thinking. You know, go to school, get a good job, get an education, work for a company 30, 40 years. At the end of 30, 40 years, you know, they give you a gold watch when you retire, and you're looking for a nice fat pension. Well, guess what? Those days are over. Most companies, it used to be last hired, first fired. Now it's first hired, first fired. As companies continue to slash and cut their budgets and to streamline themselves, because they realize bloated companies are just that, full of waste and mismanagement. What I am going to show you in Product Demonstrators Workshop is how to take something that's been working 20, 30, 40, 50 years. It's been working. It's a proven system, how you can be up and running in 2 weeks with this product. All it requires is that you have the ability to be able to communicate and to talk to people. If you like to talk to people, if you can call someone up on the telephone and you enjoy talking to that person, and you can one-on-one contribute to a conversation, then this is work for you. You can work this as an employee or as your own business. I'm going to show you step by step what the product is, how to set up your business, how to get the contacts that you need to get the products. As I said, you can start this business on a shoestring, and you can literally make $100,000, a six-figure income or more, by multiplying yourself. Now, let me say this again. We promised you a video training series, and that's exactly what I'm going to deliver. A video training series. This is the second part of our series, but we wanted to make a contrast between the first video and the second video, or the way that most people think. This is a day and time that you can no longer afford to rely on a job. You have to rely on yourself. When the unemployment lines are long, you don't want to apply for unemployment benefits, or a job presents itself and 1,000 people show up for one job, it's time for you to do something about it. On the next video, I am going to show you exactly in detail, now don't miss it, I'm going to show you exactly in detail who to contact for product, how to set up what you need to get started in this business. Each and everything that you need to get started. I'm going to go so far as even to tell you what the sales spiel and what the pitch is that you have to recite each and every time. It's a short sales spiel, a canned sales presentation that you commit to memory, and that you repeat this over and over again. We're going to leave you for now. We hope we've given you something in this short video. Thank you. and God bless.